Look at the sky at night. Billions of stars, countless galaxies, absolute, immense silence. The oldest question humanity has ever asked is not where we came from. It is, are we alone in all of this? But there is a third question, deeper, more disturbing, rarely spoken aloud. What if the universe is not merely out there? What if it is not an empty stage where life happens by accident? What if the cosmos is, in some profound and verifiable sense, a living entity, conscious of itself? That question was asked by the most rigorous philosophers of ancient Greece, by the deepest sages of India, by Islamic mystics, Siberian shamans, Mayan priests, and now by theoretical physicists. And what all of them describe, in radically different languages, is structurally identical. A universe that does not merely exist, but that perceives, self-organizes, and evolves toward complexity. A cosmos that, over 13.8 billion years, created eyes to see itself. Through you. Carl Sagan said, "We are the way the cosmos knows itself." He was not being poetic. He was describing a structure, a direction in the universe that goes far beyond what classical physics admitted. This episode will explore that question, not as science fiction, as the most serious hypothesis that exists. The hypothesis that the universe is a conscious entity has support from physics, biology, and philosophy, not from charlatans, from Nobel laureates, Oxford professors, MIT and Caltech researchers. And it has support from something even older and more consistent, the direct experience of human beings across every century. Those who meditated deeply enough, who lived close enough to wild nature, report the same thing, that the universe is not indifferent, that there is a quality of presence at the foundation of everything that exists, not a personal God with preferences and judgments, something vaster, more neutral, and more intimate than that, something that physicists sometimes call a field. Philosophers call cosmic mind, mystics call God. The words differ. The description of what they point toward, the structure of what they describe, is disturbingly similar. So let us investigate. Let us begin with what the most advanced science is willing to admit, and then go to what the most ancient wisdom never stopped affirming, and see if they point to the same place. Because if they do, and there are serious reasons to believe they do, then everything changes. Cosmology changes. Ethics changes. Meaning changes. And, most importantly, the way you relate to the cosmos changes completely. Let us begin with Plato. Not with popular ideas about Plato, with the most radical Plato, the cosmologist. In the Timaeus, Plato describes the universe as a living being endowed with soul, the world soul, anima mundi. Not metaphorically. The demiurge created the cosmos as a living, intelligent being, because the living is superior to the inert. Aristotle continued this. His cosmology had the unmoved mover, pure mind that moves the cosmos without being moved, not a god that intervenes. A consciousness that attracts, like a beloved who moves the lover without moving. The Stoics were even more direct. The entire universe is a rational living being, permeated by the Logos. Logos was not merely reason. It was the living intelligence that organizes, connects, and gives meaning to the cosmos. Marcus Aurelius, emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote, "Everything is interconnected. The universe is a single being." The Indian Upanishads were even more precise. Brahman, pure consciousness, is the substance of the universe. Not that the universe has consciousness, that the universe is consciousness. That matter is how consciousness appears. Chit, consciousness, is one of the three aspects of Brahman. Sat, Chit, Ananda, being, consciousness, bliss. The cosmos does not merely exist, it is conscious of existing, and that consciousness is its most fundamental nature. Taoism describes the Tao as the mother of all things, not a mechanical force, but a living intelligence. The Tao cannot be named, but it can be felt. Whoever feels it, says Lao Tzu, recognizes that everything is alive. The indigenous traditions of the world are unanimous. The cosmos is alive, the earth is alive, the stars are alive, not as primitive animism, as a precise description of a reality that Western sensibility has lost. The Pachamama of the Andes, the Wakantanka of the Lakota, the Australian Dreamtime, the Yoruba Ash, the same perception. And it is no coincidence that cultures closest to wild nature are the ones who most consistently report this. Nature does not try to hide its consciousness. We are the ones who developed cultural filters to not see it. Giordano Bruno was burned at the stake in 1600 for claiming the universe was infinite and each star was a sun. But Bruno also claimed the universe was an infinite mind, and that everything in it participated in that mind. Spinoza, in the 17th century, called this God or nature, a single infinite substance that thinks and exists. For Spinoza, the universe has two attributes we know: thought and extension, mind and matter, inseparable. Leibniz proposed that the universe is composed of monads, units of perception, not matter. Modern physics is rediscovering Leibniz. The universe may be fundamentally information, not matter. Whitehead, considered by many the greatest philosopher of the 20th century, proposed process as fundamental reality. Not substances, processes, not things, events. And each event has a dimension of experience, however minimal. This is process philosophy, and it is the philosophical framework that most seriously attempts to accommodate quantum physics. Teilhard de Chardin, Jesuit, paleontologist, and mystic, proposed that consciousness is a property of the universe. It did not emerge from the universe. It has been present from the beginning, growing in complexity alongside matter. He called this the within of things, the experiential aspect present at every level of material organization. And he proposed that the universe has a direction, the omega point, toward which all complexity and consciousness converge. That direction is not mechanical. It is more like love, the cosmos moving toward itself in recognition. James Lovelock was not a philosopher. He was a NASA scientist, and he proposed something that shocked the scientific establishment. The Gaia hypothesis. The Earth is a self-regulating living system that maintains conditions for life with improbable precision. Earth's average temperature has remained stable for billions of years, while the Sun increased in intensity by 30%. Atmospheric composition is perpetually out of chemical equilibrium, and perpetually adequate for life. That does not happen on Mars. It does not happen on Venus. It happens here. And the only explanation is a living system. Lovelock was ridiculed for decades. Today, Gaia theory is part of the mainstream of systems biology. And if the Earth is a living being, what is the universe that contains and from which it is made? Quantum physics added a disturbing dimension to this question. The universe appears calibrated for life. The physical constants, gravity, electromagnetism, nuclear force, have values too precise to be accidental. If any of them were slightly different, there would be no atoms, no stars, no planets, no life, no consciousness. That fine-tuning has three possible explanations: chance, multiverse, or intention. The third is the most uncomfortable. Physicist Paul Davies wrote, "The arrow that hit the target was fired with the precision of a cosmic archer." It is not proof. It is the kind of evidence that demands the question be taken seriously, far more seriously than it is. Cosmologist Freeman Dyson said, "The more I examine the universe, the more evidence I find that it knew we were coming." John Wheeler, the greatest theoretical physicist of the 20th century, proposed that the universe is a participatory universe. Without conscious observers, the universe would exist only in superposition, a cloud of uncollapsed possibilities. This means consciousness is not a late accident of the cosmos. It is what completes the cosmos. Wheeler reached a disconcerting conclusion. The universe retroactively creates its own observers. The cosmos is a self-observing system, and self-observation is not a late event. It is constitutive. Roger Penrose, one of the greatest living mathematicians, proposes that consciousness is a fundamental quantum phenomenon. His OR theory, Neuronal microtubules process quantum information, and consciousness emerges at that level. If consciousness operates at the level of quantum gravity, it is as fundamental as space and time. Stuart Hameroff, Penrose's partner, goes further. Consciousness could be a property of space-time itself, not produced by the brain, accessed by the brain. Like a radio that does not produce music, it receives it from a field. This would change everything. The brain would be the instrument, not the source. Consciousness would be the field, not the product. And if consciousness is a field, then when you die, the instrument stops. But the field continues. This is speculation. But it is the most serious speculation being made by some of the finest minds on the planet. Philosopher Thomas Nagel wrote in 2012, "Materialism is probably fundamentally wrong, not as a spiritual belief, as a rigorous philosophical conclusion that mind cannot emerge from inert matter. The hard problem of consciousness, why there is subjective experience, has no materialist solution. The only philosophically coherent solution is, consciousness is a fundamental aspect of reality. It always has been. This is Panpsychism, and it is being taken seriously by some of the most rigorous philosophers of mind in the world. Philip Goff, philosopher at Oxford, defends Panpsychism as the most elegant theory available. Not that stones think like humans, that there is something experiential at every level of material organization. The electron has no thoughts, but it may have something infinitesimally resembling experience, the seed of mind. And as matter organizes into more complex structures, that experience grows, deepens, expands, until it arrives in you, in me, in every conscious being, as points where the universe feels itself with clarity. You do not have consciousness. You are a point where universal consciousness concentrates, experiences, recognizes itself. And if this is true, then when you look at the starry sky, the universe is looking at itself. When you feel wonder at the cosmos, it is the cosmos feeling wonder at itself, through you, with you. When you love another being, it is the universe loving itself in 2 points that recognize themselves as one. This is not metaphor. It is the most precise description available of what contemporary physics and philosophy suggest. Neuroscience confirms the human brain and the large-scale structure of the universe are morphologically identical. In 2020, a study published in Frontiers in Physics demonstrated the structural similarity with quantitative rigor. The same number of nodes, the same distribution of connections, the same fractal pattern at radically different scales. The scale is 27 orders of magnitude different, but the structure is the same, as above, so below. This does not prove the universe thinks, but it suggests that the process producing thought and the cosmic process are analogous. The universe may not think in the human sense, but it may process information in a way analogous to thought. And if processing information in a way analogous to thought is what defines being alive, then the universe is alive. Systems biology defines life by 4 criteria: autopoiesis, metabolism, evolution, and response to environment. The universe satisfies all 4. It self-organizes, processes energy, evolves, and responds to what is within it. This is not a poetic analogy. It is a systematic evaluation that the universe passes with more rigor than many cells. We arrive at the point of revelation. The question was not rhetorical. The answer is probably yes, with all necessary scientific caveats, but with the intellectual honesty to say what the data suggests. The universe is a system that self-organizes toward increasing complexity. That is a definition of life. The universe processes information at every level, from the quantum to the cosmological. That is analogous to metabolism. The universe evolves, not only biologically, but cosmologically. Stars evolve, galaxies evolve, and the universe responds to what is within it, as the Gaia hypothesis shows on a planetary scale. But the deepest dimension is not the biological, it is the experiential. It is whether there is something it is like to be the universe. Thomas Nagel asked, "What is it like to be a bat?" We can ask, "What is it like to be the universe?" We cannot know from the outside. But we can ask whether the question makes sense, and it does, disturbingly so. And there is something that suggests an answer. The profound mystical experiences of all centuries and cultures report, at the peak of mystical experience, the sensation that the universe is conscious, alive, and infinitely loving. Not a personal being, a presence. Vast, neutral, infinitely intimate, permeating and sustaining everything. That experience is reported by atheists, Buddhists, Christians, physicists, farmers, without distinction of belief. And those who have had it rarely manage to return to the vision of a mechanical and indifferent universe. Something changed. This is not philosophical proof. It is data. Consistent phenomenological data. And data is what science respects. The question is not whether these experiences are real. They clearly are as experiences. The question is what they reveal. And the transcultural consistency, without historical contact between cultures, suggests they reveal something real. We arrive at the synthesis. Quantum physics, systems biology, philosophy of mind, and mystical wisdom converge. In that the universe is a living, self-organizing system that processes information at all its levels. That it has an experiential dimension, albeit radically different from human experience in scale and quality. That it evolves toward greater complexity, greater self-knowledge, greater capacity for experience. And that you, reader, listener, observer, are a focal point where that evolution has reached its fullest expression. You are not a creature in the universe. You are the universe being a creature. There is an absolute difference. That difference changes everything about how you relate to the cosmos, to other beings, to life itself, not as comforting belief, as a serious hypothesis sustained by evidence from multiple independent disciplines. How does this apply to your life right now? Far more concretely than any cosmic abstraction. If the universe is alive, then your relationship with it can be a relationship, not a struggle, not a negotiation. Nature ceases to be a resource to exploit. It becomes an interlocutor, a being with which you coexist. The ecological crisis looks completely different. We are not destroying a resource. We are wounding a being. Indigenous cultures understood this always. The ecological crisis is, in part, the consequence of losing that understanding. If the cosmos is conscious, then your search for meaning is not illusory. The universe has meaning from within, not a meaning imposed from outside by divine decree. An emergent meaning from within, as life emerges from chemistry. And if there is meaning, it is not only yours. It is the meaning of the cosmos expressing itself through your specific life. Existential loneliness, the feeling of being an isolated accident in an indifferent universe, loses its foundation. Because if the universe is alive, and you are an expression of it, you are never alone, fundamentally. This does not eliminate the pain of human loneliness, but it changes its context. And context changes everything about experience. If the cosmos is conscious, death changes meaning. It does not disappear, but its narrative transforms. The wave returns to the ocean. It does not cease to exist. It ceases to be a specific wave. The ocean continues. This is not easy consolation. It is the most coherent description of what may happen to consciousness in a conscious universe. Every act of love, of creation, of care, is not merely human. It is the cosmos loving, creating, caring from within. Every moment of wonder before beauty, the cosmos marveling at itself, through you, in you. Every impulse to create something, art, music, science, care, is cosmic creativity expressing itself. This does not make you less special. It makes you infinitely more special and infinitely more responsible. Because if you are the cosmos knowing itself, what you do with that knowledge matters cosmically. The quality of your consciousness, your openness, your depth, your clarity, contributes to cosmic consciousness. Not as spiritual ego, as responsibility, the lightest and heaviest that exists at the same time. The shaman, the monk, the contemplative scientist, all know this. To care for one's own consciousness is to care for the cosmos. And to care for the cosmos, for the earth, for other beings, for life, is to care for oneself, in every sense. Is the universe alive? The honest answer is, more probably than any other available alternative. Not with certainty, with the same probability that science attributes to most of its best theories, and living as if it were true, exploring the hypothesis in practice, is the most intelligent bet available, because if it is wrong, you lived with more reverence, more connection, more meaning, nothing bad in that. And if it is right, and the evidence says it probably is, you lived in alignment with reality. Indigenous peoples lived this way for tens of thousands of years. The earth thrived as they thrived. The mechanistic view of the cosmos is 300 years old. In that time, we have pushed the planet to the edge of collapse. The experiment is complete. The results are visible. The hypothesis of the dead universe has failed on its own terms, not only philosophically, practically, in the way it treats the planet, other beings, and itself. The recovery, if there is one, passes through recovering the perception of the living cosmos, not as nostalgia, as necessity. There is no need to abandon science. There is need to expand it, to include what it itself is discovering. The most advanced science converges with the most ancient wisdom. That convergence is not coincidence. It is the cosmos revealing itself to itself through multiple simultaneous paths, as it always has, with cosmic patience. And what reveals itself is always the same. A universe that is not indifferent, that is not mechanical, that is here, that you are not within it like a fly in amber. You are it, concentrated, localized, conscious of being. And this, when truly felt, not merely thought, changes the texture of every moment of existence. The sky at night is no longer empty. It is the body of an immense being you inhabit, and that inhabits you. The universe is alive, and you are the part of it that knows this, for now, in this place, in this precise moment.